Hello, everyone. I am Tengu, and this is the Artful Sutra podcast. Recently, I was just posting very interesting stories and videos with all kinds of avatars on there. And the purpose of this video is just to introduce myself, talk about what this channel is about. And then I'm also going to do a brief teaching on the Yoga Sutras, Sutra 1, which is actually my favorite, but I will get to that. So the Artful Sutra podcast, I created it because I was really caught up in my profession as a clinical trials global manager. And I really like art. I love it. It really set the foundation for all of my life. I love the philosophy, and I love how it's very transformational and philosophical. And I had another channel which you can go into, AI Nexus Yoga Clinical Trials Reimagine. And it's our other channel. And it talked about clinical trials. And then eventually I started adding all these success mindset things based on the Yoga Sutra. This specific channel, the Artful Sutra podcast, is to showcase the Yoga Sutras, all the teachings, and then I'm going to channel them into all the different business ventures that I'm actually involved in. But for you, the reason why I created it is just because I want you to feel inspired by not just what I'm saying, but the art. And this specific episode, all the art is centered around Yoga Sutra 1. So I'm very excited about that and really excited to share it with you. Okay, let's carry on. So again, just to recap, if you are on our community across social media and you love art and you love what I've been discussing regarding the Yoga Sutras, and it doesn't matter what your profession is, it doesn't matter how you actually stumbled on here. I noticed that a few people have started subscribing already. I hope that you enjoy the storytelling and the avatars that I put on here. That will continue. So what I'm going to be doing on this channel is I am going to be discussing the Yoga Sutras from how it inspired me in my life. I'm going to talk about my art. My art is for the whole community, my whole platform, all the images across our platforms online, all the different ventures I'm involved in, it's actually my art creation. I will be including that on this channel for your inspiration. So take a look at the thumbnails, take a look at the images. Each image matches the theme of what I'm going to be discussing. I have created several avatars and they all serve different purposes. So I'll also be posting that on this channel. That said, I'm really excited that you guys are here. Just keep listening. And also in the comments, let me know what you want to learn about. I really want to focus on the Yoga Sutras just because it's a philosophy, again, that completely transformed my life in every sense of the word. Even when I've fallen, even when I've had challenges, like every other human being on planet Earth, the Yoga Sutras have been there for me. Let's begin. The first sutra is Hatha Yoga Anushasanam. And that's a mouthful, right? So Hatha just means now. Yoga is the discipline, it's unity, and then Anushasanam is the teaching. So the first sutra basically says, and now comes the teaching of yoga. If you take a look at the images that I'm using here, the inspiration really came from this idea that we are actually going within, right? The doorway of possibilities might look like it's opening outward, but it's actually opening within the self. The ultimate quest in life is to go deep within ourselves and really bring out this incredible talents and skills and become that unique, beautiful human being that we're meant to be. Again, this channel is not about free stuff. It's about giving you tools and resources that you can use based on the Yoga Sutras to overcome the challenges that you're currently facing. Through challenge, we grow. Through challenge, we are fine-tuned, we are sharpened, and we really become better. Back to Hatha Yoga Anushasanam. So that is it. And now comes the teaching of yoga, the teaching of the self, the teaching of who you are. But how then do you practice it? We live in a world of so much chaos, so much happening, but it's all about perception, right? The person that is moving through the world reacts to the perceptions of the person. So it's not so much about what is happening in the world, it's our perception of it. So if you can find some time and start practicing some of the things that transform my life. I get up super early. Most times it's 3 a.m., sometimes 3:30, but majority of the time, like 90% of the time is 3 a.m. And it's only because I went through a very challenging period where I had to take care of a sick parent. And during that time, so much change in my life because I had to show up in a different way. I started getting up at 3 a.m. Now, I'd always meditated. I always had a morning ritual, but I found that getting up way earlier just gives me all the time to do the things that I have to do. So the first thing is that you have to have a morning ritual. You have to calibrate yourself to deal with the muck and knock in this world. When you get up in the morning, like I do meditation, a silent meditation. The different types of meditations out there, but I've always been a silent meditator. I like to just sit and just be with my thoughts. You've told me that you have challenges with meditation because you have a lot of thoughts. Everybody does. Our thoughts are everywhere. Remember, your brain is not thinking thoughts. Your brain is just a receiving mechanism for thoughts. That's my belief system. And that helps me. Whether you believe this or not, if your brain is a receiving mechanism, then at some point, you don't need to receive those thoughts, right? What you do is you just sit with the thoughts. The interesting thing is that as you keep practicing, eventually what you notice is that you have crazy thoughts for the first maybe 10 minutes, and then they will start subsiding. Just keep coming back to your breath. Or pick a sound. I usually pick the sound of a bird in the morning or something that is constant, maybe a fan that's going on. And I would listen to it over and over and over again till I get to the point where my thoughts silence, but I also have the weirdest sensations. And I've talked about this over the years. I have twitches. I have just interesting things happening. I have my hands move sometimes. It's very interesting. It's not woo. It just, from what I understand, it's that when our mind is quiet, then there's certain energies that are released through our bodies, and there are energy blocks that this energy goes through. And so the sensations that I'm feeling are just a release of the energy blocks. The other thing I want to say is that Hatha Yoga Anushasanam says, and now comes the teaching of yoga. And now there is no such thing as I am enlightened. There is I am becoming more and more enlightened based on the shift of perceptions that I'm having in my life. And so when you're doing meditation, it's not to get anywhere. There is no one day you're going to sit and, oh my goodness, the heavens will open and angels will fall down and bow before your amazing feet. That's not going to happen. What you will experience, or I'm just sharing what has happened to me, is that there's just clarity. Another reason why you meditate is because you can have clarity during your day. I cannot tell you how I've had some incredible ideas just pop into my mind. And I know it's because I gave my mind that space in the morning. And sometimes before going to meditation, I'll ask a question. And when you ask a question, you must get an answer. During the course of my day, I often get the answer as I'm moving through life. Another thing that I love after meditation for me is journaling. Journaling just means so many different things. These days, I'm obsessed with AI. I use ChatGPT to do everything. So ChatGPT has crafted my whole meditation program. It's crafted for me tips on journaling. I am a free flow journaling person. What I do is when I'm done meditating, before even journaling, let me back up. I actually study books. I've created a GPT, a program that helps me study those books. But here's the amazing thing. The books that I study are actually based on my vision. So remember, you know how sometimes you read a book, but great, you read a book, and then what? How does that apply to your life? So I created this app, and it actually teaches me based on what my vision for my life is. If you guys like this, if you watch this and you go, oh, I want access to this free app, I will give you access. So you can put it in the comment section. So it teaches me. So I have certain goals and desires, and all the books that I'm currently reading, I would ask ChatGPT, and it would say, oh yeah, you're reading this book. I've divided it into certain sections. This is the book that I'm reading. How does this apply to my vision? Create some art prompts for me because I like to always, art to me is very important. I like to express myself and my mind works that way. And then the last thing is give me some other book recommendations. Out of that, I have a list. That's what I do. I'm studying several books, spiritual books in the morning. That's really what I like to do. And then, of course, I forgot the Yoga Sutras. I've been studying the Yoga Sutras now for about maybe 12 years, I think. But the difference again is that now I study it with ChatGPT. My insights are just incredible. It's just a whole different world. What I do with ChatGPT, again, studying is we read the sutra and then I ask it what it means in a very profound way. And then we now craft different ideas with it. And it's just so amazing. And then I do art prompts as well. That's it. We talked about meditation, talked about studying, and talked about journaling. And that's really what the morning ritual is. It's being present in the now. So that is the video for today. And just to recap, we talked about the first Yoga Sutra. We talked about how to apply it to your life, meditation, journaling, study, and I talked about my free app that you can use if you're interested, and I will give you access to it. And then I just want to end here by saying that I'm really happy that some of you have subscribed. We're just starting. So just the fact that I have a few subscriptions is just mind-boggling to me. But for those of you who have subscribed, I'm really grateful. This channel is really about you. Ultimately, I think our lives are there so that we can use the inspiration and the things that are happening to hold hands and say, hey, fellow human being, we're all in this together. And so my goal is that I can use this art form as a way for us to connect even more. I have so many things going online when it comes to art. My Linktree has everything. So I am on Behance by Adobe. I am on ArtStation. I have stuff on Instagram. I even have a t-shirt store. And the t-shirt store is not so much the t-shirts, there's a blog on there. There are things that I post that are inspiring as well. So if you love the art, if you're loving this channel and it's going to be so artsy and it's going to be fun and bright. Oh, and I forgot to say, all my art starts with Afrofuturism, and you can read about that online. There's this movement of seeing the African continent and beyond. At the end of the day, we're all from there, right? And seeing that continent in a way, what is possible for it, and bringing all these different concepts of cybernetics and robotics and then art and blending all of that together. So everything that I do starts from that concept. And so that's it. We have Linktree. Go on there. The whole Achaibo ecosystem is on there. And that way you don't miss out on anything. So I'm really happy that you guys watch this video. As you can tell, I'm not like a YouTube type of, what do you call it, a YouTube experts, right? I have this profound desire to really express myself and showcase some of the things that I'm doing, and hopefully it can inspire you. And you can also post and tell me the art, how it inspires you, how this channel is transforming your life. So that's it for today. I will be posting, the schedule will be once a week, and it's always going to be a new topic. It's always going to be new art. It's going to be new ideas. And it could be me, it could be the avatars, and so much more. So thank you for watching. And of course, if you love this video, you want to subscribe, and then you want to like it as well. But most important, I love for you to comment below and tell me why you're here, why you subscribe, why you want this, and more things that you'll be interested in that can transform your life. Okay, so I'm signing off. I'm Tengu, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.